Hello, welcome to my Facebook Live today. All right, are you a person who has trouble connecting with your guides? Are you somebody who doesn't trust connecting with your guides or feels like your guides never hear you? These are your spiritual guides. This is what we'll be talking about today. I'm going to share with you the top 3 mistakes that people make when connecting with their guides. If you know somebody who would benefit from this, share, comment, let them know. I'll also be giving away a pretty cool thing today, so stay tuned. And if you don't know who I am Danielle MacKinnon. I am an animal communicator, and I've been doing this for almost 20 years. Recently, I've come to Facebook Live, and I'm loving it. So yay! And then if you are wanting to know more about your guides and figure out what the top 3 mistakes are, this is the place to be. So I will start out by saying this as well. No, I'm not going to say it yet. All right. So what are the top 3 challenges that you guys have when connecting with your guides? Would you share those here in the comment section? So I don't know what you're actually I do know, but I'm psychic. So I want you to write it down. So we're starting out with Jody says, you look great in blue. Thank you. But what I want to know from you guys is, what are your challenges in connecting with your guides? What do you run into? Because I know that everybody has challenges, especially when they're first starting out and getting into being more spiritual and being more intuitive. So Morgan says, not sure if it was them. So we're going to put Morgan up here. Morgan says, not sure if it was them, which I believe means I'm not sure if I'm actually connecting to my guides. Yeah, that's a good one. Susan says, being grounded enough to listen. Judy says, can't feel or hear them. Love it. And Carol says, my belief that I can't do it. All right, I love it. These are great. Keep them coming, and I'm going to keep talking for a moment, because what I'm going to share with you is hi Daniela. Hi Daniela. My little story about me connecting with guides and how that went for me. My biggest mistake in connecting with guides. I'll actually show you what it was just by telling the story. So in this scenario, I'd recently reopened my intuition. And I was looking to connect with my guides, and I was looking to get intuitive information from them, but I was having challenges. So one night I was asleep, and I had just opened my psychic site, and I was freaked out every night. So my poor husband was sleeping every night with one of those like Victoria's Secret masks, you know those? My poor husband was sleeping with one of those on every night for 3 months. We did that during this period of time, because every time we turned off the light, I would see stuff. I'm calling on my guides. I'm calling on the angels. I'm seeing my guides, but I'm not cool with it. So he's asleep. Luckily, nothing wakes him up ever. And I end up waking up, and I look over, and in the hallway, standing in the doorway was a man. Now, this was not a real man. This is not a living man. This wasn't a murderer. It was nothing like that. I was seeing this man intuitively. He was standing there in the doorway. And I started freaking out. What do I do? How do I deal? I don't know what to do. How do I, and I kept telling the man, you go away, go, and I wasn't in my best state of energy management, let's say. And my husband, who really hadn't come around on my whole spiritual journey yet, I wasn't going to wake him up, because he'd be like, I don't see anything there. So I'm freaking out. Can't figure out what to do. The guy is still standing there. He's just standing there like, I'm standing, like standing there in the doorway. So finally, I get out my phone, and and this is in the days of landlines, and I crouch down next to the bed, and I'm hiding so the man, the spirit in the doorway can't see me. And I call my friend Tim, and I'm like, Tim, you got to help me. I don't know what to do. This guy is standing there and he won't leave. And Tim was very intuitive as well, and he's very in touch with his guides. And so he hears me. And I'm freaking out, like close to panic attack, freaking out. And then I look over and the guy leaves. So like, you're magic. What do we do? You're magic. And it turned out, I said, Tim, what did you do? How did you do this? I don't get it. And he said, well, I simply asked. And he called on his guides and he asked the guy to leave. So with the help of his guides, he simply did it and it worked and the guy left. And I got off the phone and I was like, oh my God, why am I not trusting this? Why didn't I think of calling on my guides to help me with this? I went for the real 3D visual, real person on this versus my guides who are going to be here to assist me and they don't need a phone. So today, as we're looking at, I forgot, I made a nice little thing here for us. Hold on. I made this. 3 mistakes when connecting with guides. I'm behind. And so actually, I'm going to go to your guys' answers for a moment, and then we'll come back to what happened in that story. So Anna says, how do I know they're around me? Anna, nice to see you. Cassie says, I see faces when meditating, but often wonder if it's just my imagination. Okay. Christy says, I ask a question and get nothing. Hard to get into not trying mode. Ooh, that's a good one. We'll talk about that a little bit. Compliments on my hair. Thank you. It's humid out. So when it's humid, my hair is easy because I don't have to do anything. And I'm not good at doing stuff with my hair. Susan says, feel like I'm missing signs and not paying attention. And then Cassie says, the past year I've seen 1111 on TV, clock, radio, but don't know what this means. Basically, Cassie's wondering if these are signs from her guides. So one of the biggest mistakes, and we're going to start with, and it starts to address what you guys are talking about here, is mistake number 1. Not trying. So because I didn't think of, oh, thank you, Kelly, for complimenting me on my hair. Because I didn't think to call on my guides, I couldn't get my guides' help. If I'm not reaching out for assistance, how can I possibly, sorry, it's getting hot. How can I possibly get assistance? I have to ask for assistance from my guides. Now, I didn't have the confidence to ask for assistance. I didn't have the wherewithal, but I also didn't believe that they would come and help me in this situation. But not asking for assistance is a big, big deal. So the first mistake that most people make is just not doing it. It sounds so stupid. Like, how could that possibly be a mistake? But that is a real mistake. And look what happened to me. I didn't do it. My friend Tim did it. And what I needed, the assistance I needed, came immediately. Kelly says, I often think I see signs, but then shrug it off, thinking that I'm making it up. Okay. Yeah, that's a big one too. A lot of people will wonder. Someone before was saying the thing about seeing 1111, meditating and seeing faces, all of these different ways that information's coming in and you don't know, am I making this up? Is this real? Is this not real? We're going to go to Zohara. Zohara says, we're going to put this on the screen, but it's going to be big on the screen. So just be ready. So Hara says, I get too much anxiety, but always have heard, seen, felt, and downloaded information. But the anxiety is so bad. Having dealt with everything by myself since I was in kindergarten, I'm tired. Getting anxiety to go would help me. Yeah. So guess what? You can ask your guides to help you with that. So we're going to go to mistake number 2. Here we go. I'm going to make it come on the screen. Now, I don't know why it's teeny when other things are big, but on the screen. But mistake number 2 is not knowing what to ask. Can you, Zohara says she has anxiety. She'd like for the anxiety to go because then she would trust her guides more to ask some questions. Well, How about asking your guides to help you with the anxiety? I could ask the guides to help me get rid of the spirit, which is just a deceased loved one that came by my house. I could ask the guides to get rid of the spirit, take the spirit out of my house. But you have to actually try. You actually have to ask for whatever it is. Here's the thing. What do you have to lose by asking for spiritual help other than nothing, right? Let's say you do it and nothing happens. Well, then nothing happened, but you didn't lose anything. I could have asked my guides to have the guy to help me move the guy out, the spirit out. If it didn't happen, then I can try something else, but I just should have first tried that one. So here's the thing. I love that so many people are here from Be Open. I see Zohara is here from Be Open. I see Jody here from Be Open. I see Jenny here from, all right, so I got to tell you guys who are on Be Open, we're going to do a big class on this next week on Wednesday, so do not buy that class. I'm just telling you again because I just want to make sure you get it free and Be Open. But for those of you who are not in Be Open and who would like to join us in this class, you can type guides in your comment. Say guides, that's it, the word guides. And you can go and sign up for the class and also get my fast action bonus, which is something really cool. It's my Animals on the Other Side course. You'll get it free. But you have to type guides in the comments and then follow through. So here's the thing about following through that I've just learned about my whole little Tuka bot, because when you say guides, my dog shows up in your Facebook Messenger to talk to you. So when you say it, you have to follow through. Like you have to click on the next thing to say, yes, I want to learn that. And I want that fast action bonus. And I want to learn Animals on the Other Side. And I want to learn about the guides. So just be sure to actually say it. Oh, I love Kelly says, ooh, I love bonuses. Me too. All right. So since mistake number 2 is not knowing what to ask, in the class, I'm going to talk tons about what you can do and how you can do this. But right here, what I want to say is the first thing to do is ask anything. You have nothing to lose. It's a huge mistake to not do something because you don't know how. As adults, we tend to not run into new situations very often. So when something new comes up, a lot of us shy away. But what I would suggest is, how about not shying away? Sit in that discomfort, try it out, and see what happens. Oh, you guys are doing up a storm with the guides comment. Awesome. Remember to go all the way through. Remember, Tuka Bot, my dog, is going to come and talk to you in Facebook Messenger. Click. And what's really funny is I always do things in these Facebook Lives to give stuff away. And all of you are so sweet. You need to click the button that says yes. But instead of clicking the button, everybody goes, yes. They type it out and they put like smiley faces and hearts and everything. But it doesn't get you what you're looking for. So I appreciate that you're all so nice. Thank you. But you actually have to click in your Facebook Messenger when my Tuka Bot talks to you. Okay. So, someone says, love talking with the pup. Yeah, right? My dog Tuka is your Tuka bot. All right. So someone says, can you ask your guides to help others in the family? You can ask your guides to help others in the family. You can ask your guides to do anything, but your guides are there to help you. And this is something to remember. Everybody's on their own journey. It's that same thing we run into when people start overgiving and wanting to help others, and they step in the middle of the other person's journey. If I'm trying to help somebody else and they're not asking for that help and it's something they need to learn and it's a soul lesson, I wouldn't ask my guides to step in there because that's their journey. My guides are gonna be like, that's cool, but she's got to learn that. And she's got her own guides doing that thing over there. But hey, Danielle, I'll support you. My guides want to support me. Your guides want to support you. So not knowing what to ask so that you don't ask at all isn't going to get you anywhere. Try it out. Use trial and error. Okay, let's see. We've got more people saying guides. Awesome. So Zohara says, what is my resistance to asking guides? Okay. Yeah, some people do have a resistance to asking guides, but I find it's usually people who have trouble asking for help. If you're someone who likes to do stuff on your own, actually, this is a really funny story. My son, growing up, was very intuitive, and I would say, well, if you're struggling in school, ask your God. Actually, we called it your angels. Ask your angels, because that's what worked for him. And so he said, no, I don't want to ask my angels because that's cheating. I need to do it on my own. Pretty interesting, huh? He needed, and so he never wanted to use the information from his guides to figure out an answer. I thought that was very cool. It's there are definitely people out there who feel like it's cheating, or who feel like they are not doing it themselves, or they don't deserve to be asking. Or they're not asking something. They need to wait until what they're asking their guides is really, really important. Not going to ask their guides this little thing or that little thing. They're only going to do it when they're in dire need, in like a survival situation. So for my son Cole, who would not be psyched that I'm talking about him, so don't tell him. For my son Cole, I remember 8th grade, he was like, no, I'm not asking them about that. I'm not going there. Okay, now we're going to do mistake number 3. Ready? What do you guys think mistake number 3 is? See, this is where it's cool that I can ask you and you can give me answers. What do you think the third most common mistake is that people make when connecting to their guides? Give me your guess, or your intuitive hit, or your knowing. No? It's funny because there's a delay on this and I move faster than what this allows me to move. When I ask a question, I need to be queuing up my comments and I'm not. All right, so here is the third one. Diane got in there and she said not following guidance. Elizabeth says not following the advice. I think we're on to something here. Julie says Michelle says not trusting, and Julie says sorry, wow, you guys it's really coming in fast. I'm not quick enough on my clicks. Not following through, and not believing, not trusting, doubting the ability to connect, not believing the guide is really the guide. Yeah, these are all great mistakes that a lot of people make that stand in the way of really connecting in. And I'm just going to say again, for all the new people that are here, if you want to join in and take the class where we delve into this, totally delve in and get my fast action bonus, which is my webinar on animals on the other side, for free. Just type guides in, and when you type guide, I'm sorry, I just love it. When you type guides in, my Tuca bot, my dog will show up and talk to you and ask you some questions, and click on the answer so you can get to the fast action bonus. Okay, so here it is. Here it is. Number 3, and I'm not doing all mistakes. When I put this together, I put together the top 3 mistakes, the top 3 mistakes you may be making. So this is it. Not waiting for an answer. So you finally got up the courage, you finally did it, you finally moved in and said, all right, I'm going to ask my guides, I am going to reach out for help, I'm going to just try asking them for help in this area. And then you're like, nothing happened, and you move on. Right? So, and I am guilty of that, like not getting an answer fast enough. So I just decide nothing happened, nothing came in, I didn't ask it well, I didn't do it right, something must have gone wrong. And so I move on. I didn't wait long enough for the answer. Morgan, this is a nice, Morgan says, the answers might be, Morgan, I love that you're here every week. Yay. Morgan says, the answers might be coming in such a humorous way. I can't believe that was a guide's answer. Yeah, that's really true. You can miss the answer, not wait long enough for the answer, or you can not feel like nothing's there because you can't believe that would actually be what the answer is. So not waiting for the answer is mistake number 3. Patricia says, Oh, I love that. Just let it go. Yes. So, not waiting for an answer turns out to be a kind of a big deal. And there's all sorts of reasons. Like, we are not necessarily trained in our society to reach out for assistance. We are not trained to think that we can get help from somebody if we haven't earned the right to help. Guides aren't like that. They're here. Your guides are here to help you no matter what. We're going to talk about that a ton next week when we delve into this. And actually next week, what I'll be doing in the guides class is I will take you through an exercise where you will not only meet one of your guides, but you will establish the lines of communication with the guide, which is, it's the coolest thing to watch people do this. And so if you want that and you want the fast action bonus, oh my God, I feel like I'm laughing at myself. I'm just really excited about this guides class next week. And then I'm excited about my Tukabot. Put guides in the comment to get that class and get my fast action bonus of my animals on the other side video. All right. So I hope that you found this fun and helpful. I'm reading these. Jody says, I'm so guilty of number 3. Yeah. A lot of people are guilty of number 3. You know, we move fast. We want answers right away. We're taught, you know, do guides work as quickly as social media? Not really. It takes some time for guides to maneuver the energy and bring things to fruition, right? But we're used to, boom, I want it now. Let's go now. Let's do this thing now. So the guides, you know, they're old school or not in school. I don't know. I'm laughing at saying it that way, but you know what I mean, right? Guides are working their own way. And if we can align with that, we can be patient and trust that the answer will come. Zohara says, what are number 1 and number 2? I will review those for you. Number 1 is mistake number 1, not trying. Not even giving it a whirl, not reaching out, not being good at asking for help, not going there. Like me with the spirit in my room that I could have asked my guides for help on to get rid of, but I didn't and ended up hiding beside my bed. Mistake number 2, not knowing what to ask. Yep, I don't know what to ask. I don't know how to phrase this. I feel like I need to wait until I'm in survival mode to actually ask for help. That's mistake number 2. And mistake number 3, not waiting for an answer, being impatient, not trusting that anything will actually come in. So, Ramon, love your energy, Danielle. Thank you. And I wish my little words here were a little bigger, but that's all good. Yes, Jody, old school. This is how I speak. All right. So hopefully I'll see you in that course that we're going to do next week, where we're going to delve in and play with the guides. And you're going to, I mean, it's really a cool thing to be able to meet a guide and then establish how the two of you are actually going to communicate. You know, it's weird when you don't know. That makes you not try to ask. This is what we're talking about here. So to be able to actually meet one of your guides and learn how this guide wants you to ask for help, how this guide wants to give you information back that you can trust is a really cool thing. So put the word guides in there and then remember to follow Tukabot and click, be sure to click. If you don't click, you don't get the little fast action bonus of animals on the other side video. And guys, if you're in Be Open, do not buy this class that I'm talking about for next week. Don't buy that because you get it for free. All right. That's all. That was fun, guys. Oh, Zohara, first time on Messenger just for you to see you live. Yay. Thank you for being here. All right. Bye, guys.